be back? Maybe. Okay. I think we're back. Yay! We back. Yeah, I don't know, it just gave me a warning that XSplit stopped working, but I've never had that happen before. I've had, like, my internet give out in the past when I was on Wi-Fi. Okay. Oh, that's what ended up happening. I thought I got to the end of the... Okay. I'm still not sold on... like, the identity... It's like... technically, we know Kyoko was out of the country and then back in Japan. So that does concern me a tad. It is assumed she doesn't want to see. Oh. It just, like, yeah, it's muted for some reason. Okay. Oh. I don't know if I got any new. Okay. Yep. Okay. I guess I'm ready.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one. Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
Stitch scared me. Yep, I'm still eating the nerds. Stitch knocked a box over.
First, we need to clarify
Yeah, I need
who
to stop
exactly
myself,
the
'cause I keep
unidentified
eating
victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Because ghosts don't have leggies.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
I see.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Okay, I'm gonna stop eating these before I make myself. It says 9 servings in a bag, and I've eaten. So these were they're not so easy to grab.
Her traits?
Her gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
Thanks for the follow, Mark.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh! You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Yeah, clearly. They're yummy, but yeah, totally. Probably ate way more than serving size.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all. That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
What?
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
No.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is
How do you know this?
idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong. No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
Hi, Kimberlyn. Doing well? Kind of funny that we have to discuss this, yeah.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
I mean, even just having real nails and wearing gloves is a pain.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails.
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life.
Fancy gloves.
If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to
obvious
start the
since
trial
she's
if I had
standing
Taekwondo
right
today.
here.
Should be obvious, yeah.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
She has red hands.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Kyoko really is still alive. Then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
One thing that can tell us was on the...
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
And who was phone? The... Yeah. Running the trial. Yep. I mean, yeah. It's like Togami sometimes seems like he knows a little bit more, but then sometimes, I mean, he still doesn't know a lot of things, though.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
For real?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, You're my bitch!
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Okay, so here the tattoo. Other information. Would it be that?
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Now I understand.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Yeah, that was a really hard puzzle. Wolf.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a coup-last trial?
True.
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
Do we know?
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The missing chicken did it.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock, so the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
Okay, that was 9, because it was 11 when we were
I got it!
investigating.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, it's wrong. Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
That one had me. I was like, what? They're both times.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on! I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler... You'd better tell us why!
Oh gosh, okay, we gotta do this thing that I suck
I
at.
admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? How can you say it wasn't the...
This should prove it. Just remember what the body was like after the
Thanks for
explosion.
the follow,
And you'll see why it
Schnauzer.
wasn't the sprinklers.
For once, I did it.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with...
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko. I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. So are you saying you're not the culprit? Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Wait,
And what might that be? By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
but the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Top.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage? What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know!
Nurses.
They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Oh, the chicken. Chicken! Which... Okay... Okay, I guess it's just... Chicken?
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, I would believe that Hiro would, totes, like, forget how to breathe.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Hi, this is not a good time, sir. It isn't. It's not a very good time, sweet boy. Rio, who do you think did it? Hey, thanks for the follow, Brain. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Rio. Rio, who did it? Was it the chickens? He is a pretty kitty.
Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But
Then we
that's
have to
not
tape
what we
this
saw.
body.
Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
Aw. Hope you have a good night, Winter Fox. Thanks for being here.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
And
Then
it's like
that
backwards.
settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Hey, Rio. come on. What you doing?
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate. Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Ah, yes. You want to put your life into the flip of a coin. That sounds smart.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what
Yeah,
I thought
don't
when I
say.
first saw it. I just remembered.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I just didn't say anything about it.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question.
We
You
don't
took that knife
know.
of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
It's not necessarily. It was put on after the body. Yeah.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
True.
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No, it's wrong. Wait, hold on. The
Yeah, I don't
stab
know how
wound isn't what
heroes
killed Mukuro.
Survived this long. Sure. Yeah, it is surprising that he knows that it's 50-50.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover her
But
up.
there would be blood. They're written down for everyone to see, so that would be the file.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
You don't.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you have to give me the info. Yeah, that's good.
Detonated.
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. What's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Well, you could, since you are all-knowing. Okay. Okay.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground. That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
A bomb!
You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
You don't say.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
She had head wounds.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
So... what was corrupt?
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
True.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate?
Guessing
The
the...
victim's fatal injury
Has yet to be determined, correct?
No, it's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about
By
the
a
wounds
chicken.
all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
chicken scratches.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess
Scars.
they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
I mean, it could have been like the chickens in Zelda.
No thanks. I
Ta-
bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
They said metal pipe, so... arrows?
I got Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed him. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
More secret.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, that's wrong. You're right. Just
Hey,
the
it's a
one
lot
arrow
of
would have been
damage.
too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. It's time to feed the kitty cats. And before I get into more time restrained things, plus I can get more water. So yeah, gonna feed the kitty cats real quick. Alrighty. Oh. Back, and thanks for the follow, Witch Snore. Alright.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
Like, did we see her? We saw her in there because she talked about the cherry blossoms. Yeah, that's...
How can you say that with such confidence?
Yeah, we saw her in there.
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just, there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She protect. She protect.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know. Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
That would be a
But
little weird.
could I really have done that?
Kyoko gave her room key. Oh, yeah. That's right. So, the locker, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this whenever if you wait till this screen, he always gives you hints. So it makes it easier. That's why I like to watch it one time around.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
Nope, nope, ah.
Could I really have done that?
I meant to grab that.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Oops, I didn't mean to.
Exactly what I said.
Meant to go.
I'm not the killer.
I'm always like doing the wrong kind
You
of
should understand that more than anyone here.
the wrong
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
buttons.
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Okay, let's try this again.
Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Okay.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Oh. There's no reason to not view the bad end. In worst case, I guess I'll watch it online.
Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Okay. Do what? Pursue the lie?
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then? I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Oh, yeah, the key.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
That's right.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Sorry, wife.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
I'm sorry, wife.
Then, you saying you really didn't, Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished! The class trial is all over!
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out! So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we? Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment! Let's
Oh no, she gets smooshed. Oh lord, just always. Interesting. Yeah. I'm surprised everyone could put up with Togami. Yeah, poor Aoi.
This isn't right!
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Why do you keep just phasing out? Okay, so let it go this time.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
I mean, he has called Aoi, like, cute.
Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Hey, hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Yes, indeed. Yep. Hey! Shing! Thrills, chills, kill!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
The lesson was sperm and an egg. Oh hey, alter ego. Is alter ego gonna save you? But yeah, if alter ego had gotten in the system, Yeah. Is Alter Ego still alive?
This is...
It would seem...
What the heck?
In other words,
Yeah!
I kind of figured it might be. Thanks for the follow, Dragon Reborn. I figured it'd probably be pretty long just because at the end of, or during chapter 4's trial, it said that I was only halfway through.
calm down. In other words,
What did you say?
so...
Could have switched to. I mean, probably with all of his... Oh, okay, it's just the same. Garbage. Huh. If they throw away the key, then he can...
Just a second.
Oh.
It smells...
Is my
awful.
waifu trash? Oh. Ah, yes. The ramen waifu.
Indeed.
I want to cosplay her. She's too cute.
So...
There's a bit of garbage in your hair.
Hey,
Aw. Thank you.
hmm?
It's not. I was trying to talk to.
So... You...
Didn't say anything. She knew that I knew.
Indeed. However... It's true.
Takimi. I already have so much content coming out this month, sadly. I would otherwise. I want to do more Takimi.
In other words...
I can do what I came to the school to do.
Indeed. I...
Deja. November. It took me a moment to think, but once I thought about it, yeah.
Makoto.
There's something that happened to each of us.
That's right. It would seem...
That I forgot.
Hey,
Sorry, much. Just remember because
indeed.
still probably. Huh.
However, why is that? Correct.
Specky with the good hair.
However,
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
listen. Hey. Correct.
Okay. Okay, so I guess I need a trigger or anything else.
So,
Very loose. Oh. Everyone should have known before. I mean, that makes sense. Kind of obvious. I figured that from the beginning. No!
correct.
Who would have known?
So,
Headmaster. The person you were going after. Ah, he's your father. Okay.
in other words,
Headmaster. Okay.
no matter what,
So,
I mean, yeah, she is ultimate waifu to me.
however, so,
It's the desk drawers stumped on the floor. The only conclusion. Yeah, or anything.
it's true. Indeed.
So generous.
Correct. However,
I am curious, and a lot of the designs are really cool from the second one, so I am excited to get to the second game. What's going on in this song?
so... However, however, anyway, indeed. Correct.
They couldn't interfere.
That's right. In other words,
Oh, potato. Awesome. Thank you. Gina brought the knobs. Oh, I'll have to let that cool off. The Potato Master. So I tried to use the class trial. Does it sound like Mastermind?
hey, indeed.
When you protect,
I...
actually draws. Huh.
Anyway,
I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
Saw what was happening.
However,
Uh. Yeah, the Persona Reaper. Hey, Aura. Woo. Steaming.
correct. Indeed.
Yep.
Correct.
Seemed to kill you.
In other words, Makoto.
Other. That was the ultimate store. She's dead.
Indeed. That's right.
I don't know. I like. I don't know. I like potatoes in a lot of ways.
It would seem. Indeed.
It's the least amount of deaths in a chapter yet. Thanks for the follow, J-Rod. I like potatoes. Yes, some of the only potato... I can't really think. Scalped potatoes sometimes I didn't like, but those were always the boxed ones. So if they weren't like made... I don't know. But I still like those when they're made well. And like fresh ones have been still good, so... I think it's just boxed ones that are not my favorite. I mean, who doesn't eat the skin? I will. Uh-oh. Yeah. My favorite's probably mashed potatoes. I like mixing it in with all the other food. Yeah, I'll definitely look that up. I'm sorry, it's 4 a.m.
Anyway,
Well, you have the key that opens every door, right? Hopefully it wasn't taken away from her.
indeed.
Oh yeah, forgot since reverted from the bad end, you don't give away that she has that. That's good, because for a minute I was like, oh no, he knows. I mean, he already knows that she has it, or that it was stolen. Come on. I do like one of my favorite restaurants. I about knocked it off. Not favorite restaurants, but favorite restaurants for barbecue around here. Does a loaded baked potato salad, and it's so good. Good morning, Norris. And yeah, I don't blame you. I'm sorry about the time difference. I mean, I just get the barbecue sandwiches. Eek. Come on. It's the whole skin.
That's right.
Okay.
Indeed. That.
Okay, so now we should be able. It's 4 a.m. where Norris lives. For me, it's just 7:50, so almost 8 p.m.
It's true. Indeed.
Still laughed that I was like, oh, she can just drop the key down. She just drops herself down. Ooh, that's a long ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death.
Hey.
Oh.
So... Wrong. Right. Indeed. It's true. However, I...
I mean, there are stockings that they make that do that effect, actually. Alright, thanks, J-Rod. I hope you enjoy the hockey game. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure. I don't necessarily have to get off it. It just depends on how I feel and how long I feel like streaming.
What? Wrong. However,
Let's see.
So... However... Right.
Yeah, there are stockings that, so it's like, you know, if someone looked up your skirt, it would be like the anime effect like that she has there, where it just like a void. Alright, Naruto. We'll see. Like I said, I don't necessarily have to be anywhere, so I don't mind as long as I feel up to it streaming. Since Regina's keeping me fed, there's a higher chance of me being there. But how? Take pride in my family name. So pride is very important to her. Detective. Oh.
However... So... However... I... Correct. Wrong.
I mean, he wasn't there for
Hey.
her. Thanks for the follow, Ghost Systems. Ba 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 ba. Oh. Yep. That's. Dude. What we're saying is,
Indeed.
if I cosplay Kyoko, then I gotta get those stockings to be accurate. Yeah, I was just thinking about, like, Naoto's also very determined to become a detective, so it's interesting. Am I attracted to detectives?
That's right.
Oh yeah. Like, it would suck if you got all the way up there and it didn't open. Yay!
Whew.
I mean, you can still do it. You can.
Listen. So then,
Just get-
in other words, however,
We try to hide. Yeah, of course. They'll see on, I mean, the camera, right?
because so right. Indeed.
I mean, it's not like you can hide.
Shall we go?
Okay. Gym time. Ba, 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 ba.
well now, well now, well now.
Are you angry?
I don't believe it! Pung, pung,
What will you do?
shing!
But that is the rule.
Making me angry!
Right. However, now,
Not that that matters to you.
Hey!
because,
Yeah.
in other words, however,
Personal protect.
right. Indeed.
Cut to threat to you.
However,
There you go. Do, 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 do.
am I wrong?
Lady is cute. I haven't ever played any of the games though.
Listen to me.
Monokuma's actually being silent for once. It's odd.
Well?
Well, that doesn't matter. That's right.
Pung, pung!
Because,
Yeah.
however,
What the heck?
indeed.
Boop, boop, boop. Who are you asking if
Hey.
seen the Steins Gate anime? Out there watching this.
Indeed.
Yep. Heh.
Listen to me. Hey,
Of course I've seen. Yeah, I've watched Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero and watched Steins Gate multiple times.
that's what we have to do. It's true. It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
The games came first. And I had played through, I forget how far I got. I've been meaning to like finish up the first game. I played through, I definitely got like through some of the time traveling stuff. I don't remember how far. I didn't get like super far into it, but I was enjoying it. But oh yeah, I was playing it on my extra computer that I ended up giving to Regina, and then she upgraded, and so the drive that had my game info was lost, so I'll have to start it back from the beginning.
Barret! What's wrong?
Possible. Wait for one honey of a...
In other words,
You guys!
cause you unbearable despair. Definitely hear that in a like a ooh voice. Unbearable. I'm prepared. Or will my despair
I can barely contain myself!
He's just really shoving in those puns, like just cramming them in there. Final Grizzly Showdown.
Barret! You guys!
Oh boy. He's just cramming them into every sentence. This mystery. And that's pawing around the school.
I can barely contain myself!
Can't bear all these puns. They are unbearable. To qualify,
it's true.
bear it all. Claw your way to the truth.
You guys!
And you win. Face execution. Barely contain my excitement.
Listen to me. Hey.
Do you remember the rule?
What's wrong?
Hey.
Enough puns. Ah, polarizing. Take a single step.
Listen.
16 students in the mastermind? Or
Now I'm really angry! Hey!
you're really gonna let me go? I don't care. Super duper extra special punishment.
Hey,
I'll be right back. Ah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Everything I have right now is
however, whew, so because so listen. Indeed. However, in other words, so
Ursatami. Good one.
it would seem in other words, correct. Hey, Hey. Oh, that's right. It's true. Makoto. In other words, at the very least, indeed. Right. It's true. Indeed. In other words, however, wrong. Whew. However,
You should click it.
correct.
Must win.
Hey. However,
Is that really
Anyway.
possible?
shall we go?
Okay. Bears, 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 bears. Night time. Did I read that right? Was I supposed to go? Is she in this corner here? Where are you at? room? Did I misunderstand?
Just a second.
I did not. Apparently, I did not pay attention. Okay, let me see if I go back there. She'll tell me. Because I'm a goof.
Anyway,
Go find the others. They're probably in the dorms. Okay, so I was right. I just was like, what dorms? There's usually like a exclamation point. Okay, so I guess I just gotta check all the dorms. Check that one. We'll check. Even though he's totes not alive, but you know. It's okay. It's my room. Honda's another. I mean, okay. Also dead. I'm gonna bet every single. Okay. Dead character is not gonna do anything.
hey, hey,
I'm supposed to be checking the dorms. It said to check the dorms, but okay. I mean, yeah. It would make sense if everyone's like together. Just said check the dorms.
hey,
Yeah. I just was like, well, we got 3 more dorms. Dead. Alive.
hey,
It would make sense if everyone's hanging out in the... Okay. Whee! Yeah. Is he broken?
whew.
Alright.
However,
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just
He's
asking
the
to make
ultimate
sure,
lucky
but
student.
You're not a ghost, right?
I mean, he's got legs. That's always reasoning.
What?
What the heck?
I mean, he was in a trash.
Yo!
In Spirit World.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I thought when Toko was like, ew. Well, I mean, we said that all the new levels, all the levels are open, just not every room.
I'm telling you!
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Makoto.
Yes.
Explain what? Explain.
It's true. In other words,
Huh?
How about that?
No,
wrong.
this is not gonna
I see.
Huh?
That's right. However,
What did you say?
however,
Huh?
I'm craving more coffee. I don't need it though, but I'm craving it.
correct.
Naturally.
I forgot I do have the decaf.
Don't be mean!
About that.
The third daily mug. I mean, if I drink the decaf, there's really no problem.
But
Anyway,
Oh,
I hate you.
anyway,
Interesting.
But
All you guys got is time. Not really, because I'm sure Monokuma will butt in and say, time is up.
Indeed.
His.
I see. So, in other words, that's right.
No way!
Indeed.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, React isn't in the next ones.
But
Like, depending on how long this is, we'll see. So I'm like, do I want coffee and try to keep going? Or do I want to... Okay, we're getting close to 9. We'll see.
I'm right?
Somewhat tempted to, like... It's getting close to 9. It's like, I'm somewhat tempted... I could probably stream again tomorrow and probably finish it. I want to know what's happening, but I'm also starting to slowly fade. School mode. I may or may not be trying to shoot some content on Friday, but I am tempted to try to maybe stream tomorrow. Just cause, I mean, I was probably gonna start, like, before too late tomorrow if I do. I don't know. But if I shoot content potentially on Friday, then I won't be able to on Friday. we're gonna be trying to shoot some Doki Doki.
This is a school announcement.
Character who streams. That would be interesting. Doki Doki? Yeah. A trio with Kyoyo and Regina.
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
That's fine. In the name of my family.
Alright, Edgelord.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey,
Coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. Okay. Yep, I did get out of the trash can. And yes, the patty set was a lot of fun to shoot.
Indeed.
you know,
Just a second.
how about that?
Awesome spirit power. Good luck with that. It's gonna come up with some really bizarre reasoning.
But... I mean...
Not useless.
But... Okay.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's the dev team. Yep.
However... So... So then... Correct. Makoto.
Headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door. Oh, yeah. gate was down before. Oh yeah. Oh, look, Makoto made a little to-do list. Okay. As much as I want to continue to find out, I think I am gonna, and I feel like I'm gonna try to like get on earlier tomorrow, because I shouldn't have any crazy work to do or anything. I mailed off all the stuff that I had to go in town for, so I think how early? I mean, I definitely would want to get started, like, if I can around like noon. I should be able to. Hey, Greg. Yeah. Drink more vodka. That would put me to sleep. You won't be on till 2? Like, I could probably get through it tonight, but I'm also starting to feel pretty worn out. You get off at 2 p.m. And then when's your karate? Yeah, there's like 3 hours. That's what I'm afraid of, and I've been going to sleep like usually right around midnight lately. Not a little earlier, so yeah, and stream. Well, yeah, because talking to people and stuff does make it a little longer. Oh yeah. Now it's like, I want to continue so I can find out the mysteries, but I'm also tired, so. Just like, This is 10 p.m. So, I think I'll aim for tomorrow. I'll update for sure before I get on all my social medias as usual. But yeah, I'm ready to see the end of it, and then depending on how that goes, I'll probably end up buying a second one. Because or we'll see, I might stream some other game, but like I still need to beat River City Girls. Depends on my mood, but I definitely do. I am interested in seeing the Volume 2 characters. $2 hours, yeah. Yeah, everyone was saying that it's like, which actually let me make sure I save. I don't think I did since all the talking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they were saying about like around 3 hours with streaming, so. And if it's that long, I definitely probably not gonna feel like it tonight, because yeah, I'd be getting down right around the time that I normally go to bed, so. Rio is the true killer. No, I definitely, like, I've always been attracted to the designs from 2. I didn't realize which game they were from originally until I started playing this one, and I was like, I recognize these designs, but they weren't the ones that intrigued me. They're all from the second game, so yeah. I'm excited to eventually get started on the second one, too. I just know that it kept saying that, like, each one gets longer and longer, like each trial. Yeah. We shall see. But yeah, so I guess whoever can join me, and again, I'll be updating, keep an eye out on whatever you follow me on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'll be posting an update for when I'll go live tomorrow. I'll try to, you know, post it early enough where people can start joining. But yeah. Second and third game have a midpoint trials for say. That's nice, cause yeah, when I wasn't able to finish the Sakura trial, I had to re-stream that completely from the beginning of the trial. I had to go to Taekwondo and couldn't save. But yeah, that's good to know. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I will see you guys, those who can make it tomorrow. But yeah, have a good night.